93 years, 93, and I still can't quite believe it when I say it out loud. The body isn't, well, the body hasn't felt like mine for a long time now. It left me somewhere back there years ago. But the mind keeps turning, keeps walking in circles. Sometimes I think that's the worst part, that the mind keeps working when you can't do a blessed thing with what it gives you. I look at you, and I don't know what you're waiting for me to say. That life is beautiful, I suppose, that it's worth it, that in the end, everything. No, I won't say that. You hear that enough, all the time, on the television humming in the living room, on those little phones you carry around like they're oxygen. Pretty sayings, tidy little sentences, like life could fit inside a sentence. I don't have sentences. I have this, whatever's left of me, which isn't much, but at least it's true. Listen, I'll start with something that might irritate you, because it doesn't bother me anymore. Irritating people. That's the one advantage. When you've got months left, or weeks, or I don't know, you stop being afraid of being disliked. It's freeing, in a tired sort of way. You should try it. Though for that, you'd have to think about dying. And you don't. None of you do. I know, because I didn't either. You live like you'll live forever, with that steady confidence that there'll be time, tomorrow, next year, when I retire, when the kids grow up, when this job settles down, when, always when. And meanwhile, today goes by, and tomorrow goes by, and one morning you wake up, and you're 70 or more, and you don't know how you arrived there. And then you start thinking about death, but it's different then. It's not thinking, it's feeling it. Breathing on the back of your neck, slow, close. I had a friend, Thomas Miller. We all called him Tommy. We worked together at a plant outside a small town, Ohio, back in the 60s, or maybe the 70s. I forget. Tommy was the kind with plans, so many plans. He was going to buy a little house back in the town where he grew up, fix it up himself with his own hands. Said he'd retire before 60. Said he'd travel. He wanted to see the Pacific Ocean. Said he'd stand there and just listen to it, like it was something sacred. Maybe it is. I never went. Tommy worked 12 hours a day, sometimes 14. Took every extra shift they offered. For the house, he'd say, for later, for when it's time. He died at 58. Heart gave out, right there at the plant. Funny, in a bitter way. Died in the same place he spent his life, waiting for life to begin. The house was never bought, the ocean never seen. His plans just drifted off, like smoke from a cigarette going cold on a kitchen counter. I think about him now more than I used to. Strange how that happens. Tommy wasn't foolish, wasn't naive. He just did what we all do, believed there'd be time, like time was something you owned, like money in a savings account. It isn't. It never was. It's lent to you, and no one tells you the amount. You might be rich in it, or you might be overdrawn and not even know. And you're still gathering, piling up things, jobs, certificates, followers, whatever they're called now, achievements, success. Lord, success. What a hollow word. I had success in my day, my version of it. There was a year, 82, I think. They gave me an award at work, something about productivity. I can't even remember what for. They handed me a plaque, an envelope with money inside, people clapping. And there I stood, on a little stage, in my good suit, too tight in the shoulders, smiling like a fool. That same week, my boy turned 12. I didn't go to his birthday. Meetings, important matters, necessary things. His mother said he understood, said he said it was fine. Children don't understand. They learn. They learn you're not steady. They learn something matters more than they do. They learn to repeat it when they grow up. My son's in his 60s now. We get along, mostly. But something cracked back then, and it never quite sealed. Every time I see him, I think about that plaque. Don't even know where it ended up. And that cake I didn't eat. Those candles I didn't watch him blow out. And I know, with the kind of certainty that comes when you're near the end, I would trade every award, every raise, every extra dollar to have been sitting there at that kitchen table, watching him grin. I don't have answers. I don't know how you fix this. If I could go back, I might do the same, or close to it. People don't change that easily. When you're inside the wheel, you don't see it's a wheel. You just keep running. But I can tell you this, when you get here, when the body dims and the mind keeps flickering, what remains are people, not objects, not titles, not money, not the house, not the car in the driveway. People, faces, hands, moments when someone looked at you and you knew you were exactly where you were meant to be. There aren't many of those, fewer than you think, and they pass quickly. If you're distracted, if you're thinking about something else, they slip away. If you're still listening, and I hope you are, maybe subscribe to the channel, turn on the little bell so you don't miss anything. God bless you, truly. There's something small that happens to me now, at night when I can't sleep, which is most nights. I remember an afternoon, nothing special about it. I was sitting at the kitchen table in my parents' house, Small town in Kansas. Morning light coming through the window. My mother at the stove, frying something. Smelled like bread and butter. The old radio humming low. And I was just sitting there, doing nothing, just being. And I was happy, deeply happy. The kind you don't recognize until 50 years have passed. I wonder how many moments like that I had and never saw. How many quiet mornings, how many ordinary days slipped by because I was somewhere else in my head. Now I look at everything, the light on the wall, the hands of the nurse when she brings my pills, the cracks in the ceiling above my bed. It all feels important, like each small thing is a gift set down gently in front of me. But it's late, isn't it? It's always late when you finally notice. Well, I don't know what else to say. I'm tired. Talking wears me out. At this age, everything does. Just one more thing. When you leave here, when you go back to your routines, your errands, your rushing around, stop, just for a moment. Look at someone you love, really look, and tell them something, anything real, something that carries weight, because one day it will be the last time, and you won't know it's the last time. You never do. That's the only thing I've learned in 93 years. You never know when it's the last time.